Hang in
Have a
there.
good show, Mike. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Good morning, everyone. Monday morning, Michael Venezia, head trader at Tradeview Markets. Riot. What is Riot doing now? All right. You know what we have to do here? We have to turn off the screen. We have to pay attention to the routine, because without a routine or a plan or going over, especially this being a Monday morning, you know, it's just, you're like a day trader. It's just going to make a mistake, and it's eventually going to. So let's go into what's going on. Good morning, everyone. It's been active. I mean, what, market's been open for an hour and a half, and a lot going on. It's not, you know, plenty to do. There's always another trade. That's why it's almost like I am schizophrenic. I'm actually not. I'm not even on medication, although many would argue. I'm not even being facetious. But is that it's, you know, either like a smash and grab type of market. And I always say, know your style. You know, you're never going to be short of what's going on or what financial instruments are moving, especially since we're gaining more high-level traders with high-level opinions about a variety of asset classes or instruments, if you will. Coach being my commodity mentor, if you will, Paul, and all you guys are trading currencies and FX and I still haven't done that yet. I probably never will. I shouldn't say never. It's just I want to have some sort of downtime. I'm not going to lie, even though there is 24-hour trading on equities. I digress. I want you to get, like, for example, the last thing that I left off before I said back in a bit, or is at this, and this guy, Sunrise Trader, where is he? Let me make sure I'm sharing the right. I have to put it on the screen, so I'm not sharing it the right screen. Everybody yells at me. You're not yelling the right screen. Share screen. Oh, you know what? I'm on my main screen. Look at that. Thank God I caught it. I have to put this on. Pro's a pro. Screw it. Where's my thing? I'm trying to find my Zoom situation. Where'd it go? You know what I was getting? Oh, here it is. I was getting on a roll too. All right, Sunrise Trader. All right, I follow 74 people, all financial. None of it have to do with anything else but finance. And I'm going to make obviously to a point here. Everything's to a point, or else it'd just be flubbing it. Procter & Gamble breaking lower. We can't look. Okay, guy's a player. 130. He's a West Coast trader. A lot of followers. Legitimate one. He's a gentleman. He's older than me. And he said this is his last couple of posts, even after he did a couple of good trades in the morning. And this is not a person I emulate. I like to have my own style at this point, but he's a swing trader. I consider myself a swing trader. I have things in the fund, and you know, the long-term NXC breaking higher for you, Mark. I have things in the fund that I don't micromanage, but you know, I consider myself a swing trader. Day, whatever it takes. I see market's okay right here, by the way. I'm a swing trader who will day trade when the market dictates. I get it. Sometimes I use the word smash and grab. This is one of those times to day trade and be quick to inch up stops. I don't really use, I mean, I have heavy positions with fewer positions. I very rarely have, and this is what I've been, and I don't know if it's empirical mathematical data. I'm getting a little Oprah going up. I'm getting a little bit maybe off topic, but that's okay. Oprah. No volume, is that know your style. You know what I mean? I say if the room is fast and furious, if anybody would go through, and I'll show it in a second, the first hour and a half or maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, even before the market opened, you know, it's a lot to go on. So you know what I mean? I'll equate it again. You know, how about this analogy? All right. You walk into a bar. Let's use a bar. Okay. You know, it's just because, you know, 9 girls are doing tequila shots or a couple of guys are drinking whiskey, you're still in a bar, you're still trading. It doesn't mean you have to partake in that particular style, although I naturally would gravitate to the tequila shots naturally, but you want to sit there and have a beer, trade a currency. You want to do this, you know your style. And by the way, it is getting cold up here in the mountains, as Mark Diaz, and that's why I'm wearing the hat. It's a bad luck to wear a hat most of the time, but I'm not superstitious, so it is what it is. All right, he needs to focus, eyes on trading back later. Okay, so enough pontificating. Let's go more about what we posted this week or this morning, because a lot of the information, if not most of it, I post over the weekend is I try to have it, you know, I try to want it to be dynamic as you go throughout the day. Okay. On the brink of an edge, silver. You guys are, I'll tell you one thing, you called gold short a while ago. You called the gold short. You did. Never like gold because I was battling GFI. Ham. How old are you, Ham? Can you tell us how old you are? Coach, maybe this needs an upside correction for silver. Listen, if you want it, I'll answer the question live on TradeGATEHub. If you want to know what's going on in Coach's opinion on silver, or if anybody wants to know anything about us or Coach, what we do, go to our YouTube button, Coach, look at this. If you, how about this? You see our views for this week, 250, go back a year. You go back a year, I'll do it another time. I used to get 30, 40, I got 55. Maybe I didn't do my good job. What was that, Wednesday? That was a Fed day. Maybe no one didn't do a Fed day, I get it. With that being said, is Coach these commodity guy. And not to downplay, he's the guy. He's my guy. Actually, when a trader of a high level says you got a guy and Coach is the guy, that's a good compliment. So go back him and watch Coach's videos, please. You'll not only what he feels about silver today, but what he felt about silver going back the last couple of weeks. All right, so let's go to a routine and what I feel about a couple of things before we get to some live trading. Need 280. Easy, kid. All right, we got jam. Hold on a second, because when someone posts it, I have to scroll all the way back up. So please, here, hang on with the questions. So it's the comments. All right, macro situation. We always start, what I like to do is I start to go outside, and over the weekend I ponder things. And as I get back to, the future, Sunday night, Monday morning, things get, boom. So we always give macro views, Helene charts. Good morning, Mike. Ham, hold on a second. I got you. Easy a second. Then I got to scroll all the way up to make my opinion. That's the only TGH glitch. When everybody posts, I have to go, I have to scroll back up to real time. We know where you stand on silver, right, brother? Hang on a second. Sorry, I was wasting the other people's time. All right. Clean XBI. I've been saying that breakdown. I'm not short at GLD. Another one, dollar. It's all about, listen, it's the TBT or TLT is the new ES. ITB, the first thing Mark D ever posted here was short the ITB. Fact. Okay, so credit default swaps. This is going to be a day-by-day situation now, as as most of the market has either been in this triangle or broken out of a triangle. Example, the XBI. So let's look with the credit. The credit has not been that big of an issue. I don't know what's going to change it in the interim, and that's why I reverberate back to, my plan and people that I follow or research that I follow and or pay for. Keep that in mind. And everybody should really have gone over this. Hey, relax. Yeah, tell me relax. Sorry about this. Guys fired up, but I get it. It's all good. Credit card losses. All right. I used the 10-day EMA for short term. Martin Schwartz, I saw him about a month ago in the boxes at Saratoga Racecourse, still goes. Hugh Bears, the 52-week low list. These are all things that I go for that I basically post. But here, starting the last week of September, here where the indices are. Basically, the most oversold. How many are below? Well, if you're oversold, you're below something. So these are how much they're below the 50-day moving average. You want to try to get cute. Extreme oversold, but things can stay oversold just like on the opposite side, overbought for a while. So know what you're buying, because you're going to be wrong before you're going to be writing in extreme conditions. I am too. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're probably running. All right. This is the watch list for this week. I don't think we have any Fed speak. Here's what's going on. Wayfair elevated again. I did buy some. Mark was buying with UVXY. Always posting what's going on at the bond market now. All right, so I'll leave it at that, okay? Let's do it with the wise guy. I always show my universe, and before the market opens, you always can double click. Here's the most active list. This is, I mean, you go to a restaurant, this is the menu. All right, what's the special? NIO's the special of the day. NIO opened down huge and bounced nicely. Here's NIO. All right. NIO had huge volume in the morning, almost 20% of its volume, 793 to 841. It's an auto. So if you know NIO's going, what did XPEV do with the other autos? You know what, they did the shuffle. Where's Riven? I don't want to look. Yes, I do. Riven off the 20 number. Riven off the 20 number. It's 20. I knew it was a held back flag. Still, look, listen, there's a lot of catching up to do. I'm not going to add to it yet. I want a little bit more edification in the market. My price is around here. It is around here in the fund. That's why it's not showing. So I'm looking at Tesla. Nice bounce today. I was taking call option in the morning. That took the flow. That's all you had to worry about. Option flow, and Tesla had a decent bounce there. But coach probably says it's some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got some sort of coach is going to give it some sort of name appropriately. So I don't know what that's called there. I'm being facetious to a degree. All right, that was the list. Bought a lot of nice things today. Traded well. CF, number 1 in relative strength. How can you not be pouring into this stock at this point? CF. Even look at the other ones in the group. Moss, imploding. Let's look at even IPI, the thinner one. IPI. Sorry, I'm going back to my show please when I type very quickly. Let's go to an ADM. On the precipice of it, but this CF, something's freaking up here. You know what CF is acting like? CF in the ag sector. Here are a bunch of retailers. Macy's pulling it. That. Kohl's, Macy's, Chewy, punch it across the board. Which one am I in now? I'm in one of them. I'm in ODD. Nice trade this morning, Mike V. Nice schnitzel. Where are we, ODD? Boom, Mike V buying them. 26.90. 26.60, 26.90, 27.32 sold it. I have an offer out to sell 27.71. I needed to sell off. I need to cancel that offer. ODD, selling it. We don't want to keep. Hold on, let me show the screen. I am showing the screen. ODD, canceling the offer. I'm going to cancel the buy, and I want to sell at 27.72. No, because it takes out a new high. It's definitely going to be going higher. I should be either lowering the offer. One day doesn't make a reversal, but I did catch it somewhat nicely. You know what? I don't even want to be in it that much anymore. My price is what? 27.24. Is that correct? So I'll sell 1,200. There's 27.72. I'm definitely going to cancel that because if it goes higher. So I'll sell 1,200. At 27. Hold on. It's the 2-minute chart. 27.23. Gaps 27.20. 27. Pardon me. 27.28. Screw it. Sorry, it's your expense again. All right, we're okay with that. All right, so what's moving higher here? XRTs, they're taking a Betsy. Wayfair, am I in it? I haven't been to buying, I'm not in it. ARM acted well. Kava, I'm in it. What's that? The VRT, IONQ, Planeteer was taking calls early on. Hold on a second, please. Right down here. Let's go back to what we actually provide instead of what I'm trading at TradeGATEHub. Okay. APA was interesting down there, and why? APA was interesting. Noted. I noted that. APA, here's the chart. Still underperforming. The ones that go to what? Chevron? Chevron still. Chevron. I made to make a point about CF. I'm going back and forth in mine. All right. Williams Sonoma. Let's go back to that because so many things are going through my mind. I apologize. I'll get better. Williams-Sonoma. There's the chart on Williams-Sonoma. It's a high-end retailer. They make pots and pans, high-end embroidery materials and the such. You know what I mean. RH, one of them is, I would say they're in the same church, different pew right there. What's another high-end? Let's look at Estee Lauder or other high-end retail. Ethan Allen. Oh, that's it. Estee Lauder. I'm sorry. So you see this, like this Moss daily chart, ADM, Williams-Sonoma and the retailer, and it popped. It's going to be just like the CF. Something is up with this freaking CF. I am in it, and something's up. And I'm not, you know what? I didn't try to be a Weisenheimer and buy Moss either. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Because if CF goes down, Moss is going to go down twice as CF does. You know what I mean? All right, let's keep going. Tangents, always tangents. Sorry about the tangents. All right, Square, Wayfair, IWM, there it was. Even Paul was aware of that. Paul mostly being a commodity, a Forex and commodity trader. Paul, we're doing the right thing with Paul. He saw the what do you want to call it? Gap fill with a lot of support that's arguable, but IWM, UUU calls, NXE more calls. Where's my Planeteer calls? The first thing I pointed out, Planeteer calls. And I knew Gerard would be on it. I baited him. That was 2 hours ago. But Planeteer calls was the first thing I pointed out today in the stock move. My, first thing. What else was there calls? NXE more calls. Mark D, how you doing with NXE? Uranium. Uranium, such the company, NXE. Look at this thing. Ooh, this looks like CCJ used to look, or still does look. Sticking calls too. CCJ, they did the back and fill. I covered it. I was the Weisenheimer that shorted it, but it was really a buy, a dip to buy. So you know what? Coach might have an opinion that the RSI might be. Coach, if you're there, you have an opinion on the CCJ or any time? I don't know how you would think of this. You did like it the other day when on a dip when I went back to the weekly. But anyway, NXE, still taking calls. That was what I posted. Doesn't matter if they make widgets. And UUU, I posted it taking calls as well. Obviously, it's the uranium theme here. UUU. It's almost like that. I'm not going to be. So they're both taking calls, noted. And by the way, the correct type of calls. When a trend is like that, everything's the correct type of call. Any question, guys? I did nibble on some onion. The retailers look like they were bouncing. Maybe I'm too much of a baby to buy Nike. I wouldn't do it. Let Nike go up to 107. By the way, this was one of my fund holdings. Coach would be the one that really, I was punting this thing. I think I left some money on the table. Nike, I had it nicely. So Nike, they come out with earnings this week, I believe. What else? Skechers, relative weakness. Onion, the hot stock. I hope it's over 24, 26. Oh no, I'm down in this thing now. Ugh. My average price is 27.30. I was trying to get out of it. I really was trying to get. I don't have much of it. Let's look at my position settings. Let's show the position info. I have 4,000 shares from 27.36. And I had a lot more. And then we're looking on Onion, the daily. I'll take all opinions. I know what it looks like before I entered it, but broke a gap, broke the 200-day. More entry point, Mike V. I know what my exit is soon. I'm not going to be waiting for Nike. What other stocks are there? Let's look at the other ones. Kohl's, although they're not shoe retailers. Kohl's, nothing. I'm not in that. Doji's, Macy's, Doji's, not even a Doji. Doji's don't matter anymore. Onion. It's okay. I'll take the loss in Onion. No problem. No problem. You're happy to get out of this. Live trading, Mike V. No end. Where's my out? My out's clear. 2709. 2709. Bottom. No bottom. I don't even want to know where the bottom is. Any questions, guys? All right, listen, it's a little after 11 o'clock. Now it's a stick and move time. Is Ham mad at me? He laughs. Thanks, brother. He's a good guy. Okay, bottom line is, I said we have high-level people in the room, and he's right. You got to watch the dollar, got to watch the TLT 10-year. It's almost like every type of archaic, almost instrument that I grew up with in the late 90s is back in fold. You know, the bond market, the VIX, the dollar. That's always in play. You know what I mean at these levels. But I'm talking even about cocktail conversations, like talking about the weekend at Bernie's. You know what I mean? Over the weekend, instead of talking about what's something new. But it's relevant, and that's what's going on. You have to be aware and you have to be focused of these things. All right, so let's leave it off to the wise guys. Let's leave it this. Future's going up now. SC, how is SC up 11%? How the hell did this happen? What happened here? 36 to 40? SC is up 11%. No, it's a short squeeze. You know what? Maybe it isn't. You know what? I'll figure it out. I'll post it afterwards. What's going on now? Alcoa is down. Amazon's at the high. Why should that be? Because that was the first one to be positive in the morning. I posted that as well. All right. My opinions are relevant. I have too many windows open. Hammerstone. This. Boom. Boom. You waiting for some moves, Mike? And you know, and what on entry points? Is it too be aggressive or cautious? I know what you're getting at. Listen, it's like somebody asks me if they would like want to invest or do something in the fund, which is a lot. Believe me, I just asked them. I said, "What? Why? I mean, what's for example? Is it what's? I don't understand what being cautious or aggressive. You know, in what capacity and what time frame? You know what I mean? I really would love to give the answer and not be ambiguous, but you know, I don't know on why. You know what I mean? I don't. Is it time to get aggressive on Square? I'm not sure. I know you trade Disney, Lewis. Is it time to trade aggressive on Disney? I mean, what else more can come out on this freaking company? The baby. There's a term, insiders. This baby, you know, there was a Wall Street term, baby with the bathwater means what else? So I know you trade Disney. I mean, Disney at this point, besides anything really binary, you know, CEOs out, everything is done. What else? Maybe the election will have some, although there is a holdover into the election because, you know, in Florida it has become a little bit of a political stance, but you know, it's not making new lows. I know. I don't know. Would I be aggressive here? I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to give an answer. I never ever. It depends on the time frame. You know what I mean? It depends on the time frame. Let's look what the insiders are doing because they know most more. They know most the sales of what. What's the predominant? Let's go to volume, value. So the blowing out of JBI, SQSP. None of the ones I really know, except the president's still blowing out in Nevada. Hassan, this guy should be in a mental institution because all he does is buy. Average down again. It's got 43 million. What a guy's got balls. TTD. All right. I want to know how many people are. It's almost like when a bunch of them sell. So maybe some guys can't go through the freaking divorce, but I need a lot of insiders selling. Okay, let's go to the morning rundown. And like I've been saying the past week or so, after that triple witching and option expiration came, you want to know who's really putting their money behind it. And this is the time to really look, especially going long term. All right, so it's a little after 11:20, if you will. Oh, there's a lot of action. Okay. What do we have? GLD bearish, September, November, September. The VIX popping again. You can read Coach's video. What happened here? You can read Coach's video on that one. Oh, it's going on. CCJ November calls. Run bullish. I told you they're going a little bit to that might be the bottom fishing. DIX bearish. Look, you know what? You were on this one too, Lewis. Why aren't you shorting DIX Sporting Goods stores? There's the weekly. Oh my God. Where's the RSI on this thing? What happened to my RSI? Oh, my RSI is missing. That's not good. I'll handle it your own time. Big Sporting Goods store says it look good and it's taking the proper flow. I wouldn't definitely think this would be a reversion to the mean in any type of retail here. DXY. Okay. So this is okay. Even if you're not trading actively, when you go through a feed, you know, this is the top feed. So it's posting the dollar and the put call ratios, you know, very few things, and the VIX. So that's what we should be watching right now. PayPal bearish. Okay, CNK, this was acting very well, by the way. This is acting well, this CNK. And it's been taking the proper type of calls for some time. And you know, I was the type of guy that was buying it down here. Let's look at this CNK. Oh, got to get the highlighter. That's a weekly. This is a daily volume and with type of calls. Hopefully the right type of calls, because then I'll start. CNK March. Oh, they're saying, I don't care if I'm wrong in October, December, or November, January, but I'm okay all of 2024. Okay, guys, this gets a freaking highlight. I'm not going to lie. All right, so CNK. Get yourself a TradeView demo. If you don't have one, buy some CNK calls, buy some whatever you got to do. We have a shot of dripping at the downside niner. That means it's going to be a little bit of I would look for a little bit of short covering. Roblox calls posted it. CNK, July 24. Man, that's far. Oh, the IMAX movie theaters. All right, so nobody thinks there's going to be a disease anytime soon with IMAX. So CMX and my IMAX are seeing calls. So let's look at IMAX. There's IMAX. Maybe IMAX is buying CNK. That also looks good on the weekly. I can't watch. I hate IMAX. I watch one of those things I always wind up throwing up in. It's too much for me. It's too much stimulation. But the chart action says I'm the only one. Price action says I'm the only one that throws up. S&P, CCJ, November. Okay, let's leave it with this. Not much buying to the bounce. A few selected spots. Uranium and CRK and CNK. Maybe CRK as well. I think he meant to say CRK. CCJ, pulling a 2. What happens when it pulls a red 2? It keeps going up. Red 2, a little dipper. A red 2, a little dip. Don't short a red 2 if you live to the DeMark guy. All right, any questions, gents? Talk to me. Do you like Crocs? Very good. Am I doing the same amount of trades daily? Yes, I am. And this is the question from Lewis after I get to a couple of, yeah, the VIX is elevated. I mean, I'm an active trader. My calculated are more, but my trades are more, but they're a little bit more calculated. I mean, as the market just flow, trends and has this trending type of market, I'm not really going to, nitpick every, my entries aren't going to be as, micromanaged, if you will. So I'm trading more and I like volatility. Everybody knows that. It's getting to know yourself as a trader. As I look at Crocs, as Lewis asked me, this Crocs, man, I do like Crocs, but a couple of things when you look at a stock like Crocs on a mass like this is you have to think, is it more emblematic of the sector? Is it more of the consumer? Does it have to do something with the company specifically? I know that this one was one of the better buys down there in the hole. And yeah, if I look at Crocs like here in the weekly, this would be a shot, risk to reward. And I can't believe the RSI is not here, is to take a stab. Yeah. Yeah, why not? I mean, it looks like it will be in a range bound between this 84. I hate to even go to a monthly, my God. 84 and 80. Yeah. Crocs, I'd build building position in the low 80s. I'd start probably here on 5% because it's still, I consider it best of breed. I don't have them. I know they're you know, I don't know, but just because I have them doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? All right. Any other questions? Let's look at this. Boom. Oh, I know what I have to do. Title bar. View. Let's stretch this up. Screen sharing. Let's look at most actives for the day. SQQQ is the low of the day. Then near the lows, NIO. Right near the highs, nice recovery, almost 80% of the volume. Let's look at the top gainers on the day. So hold on, I have to adjust my volume because these are adjusted for a low volume. So a minimum volume for the day that I want to have is 100,000. Okay, so there I go. Things adjust. What's moving? MSOX, SC I pointed out naturally. Williams Sonoma pointed that out. AMC going to move. So it's the movie theaters. AMC, CNK. CNK is the one. Even AMC is going up. CNK. GCT, get down. Skills. Look at skills, no volume though. Wow. That's up 8%. Hopefully one of mine's on the Wolf. Nice bounce. Trader Stewie was on that trade. Nice. EU, uranium, SFX. What's percent losers on the day? Percent losers. Am I interested? What's moving? Percent losers. Down 11%. No, come on. You can't fool us. Swin. VFS. LI Auto. Down with NIO. Edit down big. That's a gene therapy too. This was, look at this CRISPR. I didn't have an ego here, Lewis, wherever you are, comment on this. There's the CRISPR. Oh my God. Look at Nutella. We all know what goes there. That's the third one's Nutella. I didn't get stubborn. Thank God. I would have, you know what? I would have been out of business. I shouldn't say that. I wouldn't hell not. But CRISPR, one of my favorite positions of history. Doesn't have it anymore with the XBI. I knew the other day when Amgen was making a big move. Andrew and the XBI wasn't going anywhere. If the XBI was good, it wouldn't be doing that. That's when I knew to stay away. When the best of breeds don't take up the indexes. Well, maybe the IBB, did the IBB go? IBB, same thing. Next. All right, so percent losers, LI, LO. Let's look at what's moving. Alcoa. God, look at this thing. $26. The last time I told Myron, where's Myron? I told him to sock it away. I think it was 18. 18. I might do it again. Sock it away at 18. Alcoa alert set. It's 17. 17. 15. It always comes back. So anyway, okay. Let's look at the percent losers, percent gainers the last 15 minutes. We need some on there, baby. Weight Watchers. WSM, not. Percent losers, 15 minutes. Don't jinx me. Percent losers, so nothing's losing in 15 minutes. Percent losers, 60 minutes. A lot of them, well, UVXY. The UVXY is what? Negative is the best negative? Oh my God. Woof. Look at Woof. Woof, PetSmart. Mark D on this thing. Is it worth buying any Woof here in the dumps at 3? I mean, even AMC went up. Let's look at Chewy. I didn't get stubborn. I had a bunch of whatever I had. Look at Chewy the last 3 days. Even that didn't bounce. Nothing. Not even a short squeeze. All right. Any like Crocs? I do like Crocs, Lewis. Low to mid 80s on Crocs. All right, I'll leave it there. Everybody good? Any questions? Remember, don't let your, with the VIX don't let your trades necessarily turn into positions. Know what you're buying. Target on the lows. Why? Lost the way too. Why? Who's in the fund? Can't trade it. All right, guys, we're all good. I'll leave it there. I'm here tomorrow with Coach and I are on. I'm here every day, 11 o'clock, Coach and I, Tuesday and Friday. There's our Tradeview market site. The TradeGATEHub is bringing you all this. I'm going overboard. All of this material from stocks to our YouTube channel, from indices. Just think about what the rest of the TradeView market sites give you, because we're not going to stop until we're the best in every single division. TradeGATEHub being no exceptions. But thanks for tuning in and sharing. I'll be in the room all day. Thanks again. Cheers.